Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while since I've recorded one of these open thought videos. I got some quiet time, so I guess I would come on here and get fired away on some of my random thoughts. So the title of this video is called Nothing is Permanent. And that's true. Nothing in life is permanent. Everything changes. No one stays in your life forever. Nothing stays the same. Everything constantly changes daily. The older you get, I guess. Which we know that. That's a given. Nothing is permanent. Just death, I guess. Death is permanent. Life is temporary. But I kind of, I have different thoughts about that. About this idea that nothing or no one stays in your life forever. And after my mom died, I started having different thoughts about, not self-harm or suicide or anything like that, but I started to have different thoughts. Like, it just seems like everyone I get close to or anyone that I try to love, they either die or they cut ties with me, or it's just always something, I lose everybody I love, pretty much. But then I think, death is a part of life, so there's really nothing you can do about that. That's all of us. That affects all of us, every which way. So we've all lost people that we've loved very much. And people walking out of your life, and for no good reason, my only thought for that would be it's their loss, because if they make a conscious decision to walk out of your life without batting an eye or without actually talking with you or having conversations with you first, then they were never really your friend to begin with. They were more than likely acquaintances who are using you to get something from you, to benefit from you. And I think that's a lot of what I've experienced in my life. Not actual friends, but just acquaintances who are looking for handouts. They wait for their opportunity to come at me and say, hey, Jared, I was wondering if maybe, blah, 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 bloppity blah. So it's like that. Like, I don't have any true friends. And it's not, this isn't anything to do with the daily rants or anything I've said in the past on this channel. This has been my life story since I was a kid. I didn't have a lot of friends even as a kid because I knew I was different. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that I just feel as though I was born on the wrong fucking planet. Do you guys ever have those feelings like, if life is sustainable on other planets, why the fuck did it have to be here? Why did I have to be born on this planet with fellow species who are fucking things up every day, making things worse? And while I generally don't mind being by myself, the times where I actually do feel lonely from not having people around, that's when it really counts the most. Because it's like, God, I'm not worthy enough of love. Everybody I love goes away. A lot of things are out of my hands. There's nothing I can do about death. I mean, no one can do anything about that. But for everything else, it's like, God damn, Jesus Christ, I don't feel like I was born on the right fucking planet. If life is really sustainable on another planet out there somewhere far away in the galaxies, I should probably be on that planet. Because this planet, I don't think I was meant for this planet, I don't think I was meant to interact with other people in the way that other people interact with other people. I've always been an outsider. I've always been a loner. Being single kind of gets to me sometimes. I mean, I love being single. The single life is awesome, but it does have its dark side, you know? And by dark side, I mean, you have those thoughts like, God, you know, everybody around me is having kids or getting married. They're getting into meaningful relationships. A part of me kind of wants that too. But then I think about it a little bit longer, and it's like, nah, I'm sure I don't want that kind of a lifestyle. So I've learned to accept the fact that maybe there isn't someone for me out there. I'm okay with that. But as far as just being an individual on a planet filled with just awful fucking people, and people who pretend to like you, people who pretend to be your friend, or they're just acquaintances, and they're just waiting for their golden opportunity to take advantage of you and prey on your friendship. The likelihood of that being more prominent is probably really good. I just feel as though I wasn't born on the right planet. I just feel like I should have been born on another planet if life is in fact sustainable on other planets. I don't know which planet that would be. Oh, camera tilted, sorry. Anywhere but here, you know. I don't know. Like I said, after my mom died, I started to really have these thoughts. It's like anybody I ever get close to, they either die or they cut ties with me in some way, or I don't know. I enjoy being by myself only because I like to prove people wrong. And I do it mainly for myself, just to be by myself. I enjoy my own company, but I love proving people wrong. You know, there's times when people have told me, well, you can't make it in this world on your own. Well, if you're talking about government, like we all live off the government. Everybody does. You need government to survive on this planet. But if you're talking in terms of like a relationship or just friends, I can pretty much take care of my own shit. I can take care of myself. But after Mom died, I just really started to think that I just don't feel like I belong here, you know? And this isn't a cry for help. This isn't me having thoughts of suicide. I don't have thoughts of suicide. And I don't condone or encourage that. So if you're watching this and you're having suicidal thoughts, please don't take this as me encouraging suicidal thoughts, because that's not what this is. This is just me speaking from a personal standpoint of, I just don't feel as though I belong in this big mix of fellow human beings. There's something about me that I just don't fit, you know? Now let's talk about relationships for a minute, because that's kind of a big one. And I pointed this out in other videos. I'm right down the middle of the road in terms of a relationship. See, I'm not rich or handsome enough to be with a woman on this side, and I'm not a troublemaker with a rap sheet and tatted up, and I got piercings in my lips and my nose and my fucking ears and all this shit. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm not a bad boy. I'm right down the middle. So I'm not worthy of this side or this side. As far as a relationship goes, having friends, well, hell, I've always been different. I think anybody who's known me my whole life would know that I have always been different. Not a contrarian on purpose, but I've always just liked to do my own thing, even when I was a kid. And I'm not saying that I'm a rarity or an anomaly, although that might be the case. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't feel like I belong here. Like there's somewhere else I should be. Or maybe if I do belong here, maybe I should just keep to myself. Maybe that's how my life is supposed to be, just to live by myself. Although I don't live by myself currently. And if you watch my Sunday video updates, you know, I don't live by myself. I have other people. But I just don't feel like I belong here on this planet. Like, I belong somewhere else. And I wonder if these thoughts actually do stem from my mom passing away. Because anybody I ever love or anybody I've ever tried to get close to, they either die or they move far away or they cut ties with me for some reason or another. There's always some excuse. And so I just wonder, you know, just random thoughts. Do you guys have thoughts like this? Do you think and feel this way? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd love to read some of your comments and some of your thoughts on this subject. Thanks.